Hey everyone, Bear 1000 here. Today we're going to be taking a look at this mini bike I got yesterday. I'm not sure what it is, some kind of doodle bug style frame. I'll have to look into it. I'm not positive what it is, but let's take a look at this and I'll explain to you what's going on, what it needs, what we're going to have to do to it to get it right. Okay guys, so as you can see, that back tire is worn to slam out. See, there's the front one. Back tire's worn out. The brakes, I'm not sure. He said they weren't that great. He said it probably needs pads, and I can see it probably does. I think I got a set of pads in there. This needs to be fixed somewhere. This is made in China, so right there, so I'm not sure what it is. This is a Predater 212, and it is the Hemi. You can tell by that cover right. I don't know what you guys are seeing. I can't see anything. Anyway, you can tell by the valve cover, it's stamped. Or cast. It's not that stamped steel. Got a different shape to it. But I'm not going to start it right yet. He did start it for me yesterday. Kind of wanted to take off. This kickstand needs a spring on it. I don't know why you would let your kids ride around on something like this. Stuff hanging down to get caught and stuff. I guess that was to hold the kickstand up. Don't do that stuff, especially if you got kids riding these things. But so right here, he said throttle don't want to turn, and it doesn't. But if I pull that up and pull that, it's not the cable, it's a slide inside of here, I think, that's stuck. So why am I holding this camera? Let me get you guys, let me get the tripod here. Alright, we're going to, oops. Okay, we're going to zoom in a little bit. We're going to take this off and see what's going on with the slide. He said his granddaughter was riding it and it kind of stuck on her. Oh yeah, see how gunky and nasty that is. So I'm going to run in, get some carburetor. I got to kind of hurry because we're supposed to be getting a big storm. So I think that's supposed to have a rubber piece that goes from here up to here. But let me get some carburetor cleaner. And let's clean this up so it doesn't take off, because it wanted to kind of take off yesterday. Let me get some carburetor cleaner. Let's take this stupid clamp off of here. And then we'll start it up. I'll show you how it runs. This is all unhooked, of course. Not sure if it's had a governor delete on it or not. It may have. Since how they did this, they put the exhaust pipe on there. That exhaust pipe is supposed to have a muffler that can screw onto it if you want. There's threads in here. Also, this thing has a very small sprocket and a straight chain. So it won't have a lot of torque at all, but this thing would fly once you get it up and going. And everybody wants these mini bikes. I want mine to do 60. I want mine to do 70. Oh, you run them on the road, and you're not supposed to. These weren't never made for that. That's why I always like torque converters. I want that torque. I'd rather have a bike, a good running bike that would do 35 miles an hour in the woods than 60 out on the road, because I'm going to be off-roading 90% of the time anyway. So you know, and you get these straight chains and them small sprockets, you ain't got torque. You're not going to climb any hills with this thing. You're not going to go through mud. You know, you're not going to keep up with your buddies, and you're going to say, well, it'll do 60, yeah, out on the open road, but your buddies are going to be tearing you up out in the woods. You gotta take that into account. So let's clean this up. I figured that's what it might be. It's yeah, this is it's all tacky. I don't know, it's like gummy, you know. So let's clean this off. Let's start by, I don't know if you guys can see inside there, right down in there, all that dark colored looking stuff. You can see it on here, and it's really sticky. So I don't know what somebody lubed that with or what they've done, but okay, now let's take this stupid thing off. I have one of these to put on here, but not right this second. Okay, now let's see if this will slide in nice and easy. There we go. Yeah, that's getting there. Alright. Shit, all over my camera. Great. Hang on. Not sure what this is. I'm sure it's a 22. I'm sure it's a VM22. Okay, let's stick this back down in here. There's a little notch that slice goes down into. Still sticking. So I may have to run some real fine steel wool. This is a Mikuni carburetor, so it's a good one. It's like, might not be the right slide. Now see, that's not going all the way down in there. Okay, well, maybe it goes this way. So that's what you get for trusting other people. It was in there backwards, so it was kind of like wide open. So that down there is your idle. And this is supposed to fit down inside there. Now let's see. I gotta tighten this throttle up here. Okay, I think we're doing good now. All right, let me get this back in here where it's supposed to go. So like that. I gotta tighten this throttle up here. I'll show you what I mean. Up here on top. Shouldn't do that. Let me back out. See, you shouldn't do that. So let me get a couple. Oh, that one's an Allen, and that one's a Phillips. Well, it's actually not a Phillips. Anyway, let me get that tightened up, and I'll make sure this is closing all the way, and we'll fire it up. I don't know if I want to give it a ride yet or not, but we'll see. This is what I was talking about. Very small sprocket. I like to see the sprockets about here. I like to run somewhere between 40 and 60 tooth. I'm pretty sure it's not a 40 tooth. Looks like it's been on different bikes. All the holes drilled in it. And that straight chain, you can see the clutch has been hot. And that's because when you straight chain these things, those clutches will get hot. So let me get that tightened up there, and then we'll start it up. Okay guys, so I got this straightened out. I think it's backing all the way down. It is, I feel it. So let's start it up. Looks like it's on. Tell you right now, the jet's not right. Alright, so as you can see, it bogs down when you go to give a throttle. So I'm gonna try to adjust it. Well, I don't know. This one don't have an adjustment on it. So what I'm gonna have to do, I'm gonna have to pull the bowl off this carburetor here, and I'm gonna check the all it is 4 Phillips screws up underneath here. I thought there was an adjustment up under there. Right there it is. Let me try to adjust that adjustment first. And let's see. We'll see if we can't get this running good. If not, I'll pull this bowl off and we'll check the jet and see what size jet's in it. Because a lot of these carbs, you know, every engine's different. You can have 2 identical engines. One's going to be different from the other. You know, who knows what kind of... They might have put the biggest jet in there thinking they're going to go faster or something, because you can tell they wanted to go really fast. And not just for power. I'd rather have the torque than the speed, but being the way they got that straight chained and that small sprocket on there, they was looking for speed and not torque. So I think, so what I think I'm going to do, yeah, let me get a screwdriver and see if I can adjust that, and we'll see if we can get it running any better. Okay guys, so I got me a water jug, or a water bottle here. It's all clean. I shortened this fuel line up Thought maybe it wasn't getting enough fuel. Well, it wasn't, but that's still, but when I took that off, you know, it's got gas in it. Gas that was coming out looked pretty nasty. So let's see if there's any water in this. Yeah, I see some dirt in there. So we're probably going to have to pull the bowl off of it. Yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drain this tank clear out, put fresh gas in it. That doesn't look great. Let me get something to drain this tank into. It's about half full, but yeah, I'm seeing water in it and I'm seeing some dirt. So yeah, well, all right, let's go ahead and we'll do that. Let me get something to drain this into. And this is the air filter I got for it. Should have blew some of these leaves away before I got started. And that should be like really coming out of there a lot faster than that. So I'm guessing from the looks of the way that slide was, really what they probably could have did was sprayed some cleaner up inside there, worked it back and forth. But yeah, if you don't know what you're doing, you probably shouldn't have bikes like these, because you ride them one time, you fix them twice, and that's just the way they are. It's characteristics. They're run hard. They're through mud. They're jumped over ramps. I mean, these things are wide open all the time. So it's a mini bike. Same with a go-kart. Same thing with a boat. You've got to do maintenance on them. They're run hard. Okay, let me get something and let's drain this tank out. Let's go ahead and pull this back off. Oh, I can see all kinds of junk. Oh, in fact, it stopped right there. It could also be plugged up, because these caps have to vent or you can't get fuel out. The vent could be clogged, but I don't see that being an issue either, seeing as how nothing's coming out of it. So, well, there ain't a lot of gas in it either. It looked like it had about a half a tank, but apparently it doesn't. Okay, well, what I'm going to do, guys, I'll do it off camera so I don't bore you. I'm going to pour some good fuel in there and let it run out until it runs clean. Okay, guys, as you can see, it's pretty nasty in there. See that? So I'm going to clean all this out with some of this stuff. See, that's all. Shouldn't look like chocolate milk. Okay, so let me clean that out. And I'm still going to check the jet and see what's going on with it. In fact, let me close this. Okay, so that was a Phillips. That's why I was having a hard time with a straight screwdriver getting it out while getting it to come loose. What I'm going to do is I'm going to spray a bunch of this in here and let it soak, and then I'll clean it out with compressed air. And then we'll check the, I'll go ahead and pull the set that in there. I'll go ahead and pull that jet out and see what it's running. I don't know if you guys can see that, but not the dirt on the bottom of the jug, but that brown stuff in the bottom of the jug. Over there in that corner right there. See it moving around? That's a big blob of water. And that gas shouldn't look like that. So I'm going to do this a couple more times. I took the jet out. The jet is either so tiny that it's a real tiny jet, or it's clogged, because I couldn't hardly blow through it and I can't hardly see through it. Now I put a 155 in there, which I think may be too much for that. We'll just have to see if it's flooding out. Then I'll put a 145 if I got it. I know I got a 140, and then I'll work my way down till it's running, you know, like it should. So let me finish cleaning this tank out. What it needs to be taken off. I need to put some bolts or something in there, some nuts, and roll it around. I used to use BBs and roll them around, clean the tank out. But let me see what I can do for it right now. Okay, guys, I want to see if you guys can see inside that. You should see some daylight through there. If I turn it a certain way through the naked eye, you can. Very little. I'm not sure what this one is. It's not marked. I got a good one here. It's not marked, but it's just one I grabbed. See, you can see right through that. That's, you know, and they're smaller. It's hard to tell with the naked eye, but you can tell. But this one, if you move it around a little bit, you might be able to see some daylight. But yeah, as you can see, that's pretty well clogged. And yeah, I got something rolling in on me, so I'm gonna have to hurry. So this just got done draining for the second time, so I'm gonna try to, I'll just put a little bit of gas in it, and we'll try it and see how it does. If it does all right, then I'll look for a back tire or order one, whatever. But if you can see how this is straight up and down? Look at that one. It's got a bent fork, and somebody's trying to run 40 and 50 miles an hour on that thing like that. Okay, so hang on a second, guys. Okay, guys, let's try this again. Move this out of the way. Okay, guys, it did, it's got some pep. Let's, we can take it for a little ride. I'll put you on my action camera. I gotta put some air in these tires. And, we'll take it for a little spin, but we're not going far because to me it's kind of dangerous. Let's put some put some gel lube on this chain here. Just kind of help it out a little bit. Because I got some chain in there. It's 420. I'll probably put a new chain on it before I sell it or trade it. Let me go get my action camera. So let's start this up. Let's give it a shot.
Okay, I can't get this thing to go wide open because this thing's too fast. This thing is very, very fast. Sold on me there. I turned the idle down. I think I turned it down too low. I can feel that front fork. It's got the pickup. And the brakes are shot. I'm gonna have to put new pads in. Camera kept falling down. Alright. Yeah, this thing will get it. As soon as that clutch kicked in, man, I felt it. And I'll tell you what, this thing will probably, I don't know, I was probably doing close to 35 or 40 there. I bet this thing would do 55 or 60 wide open, flat out. But with that bent fork, I wouldn't try it. And without brakes. So, next video on this, we'll straighten the fork out. And we'll get some good working brakes on it. And we'll really give her hell and see what it's got. But, man, this little 212 Hemi, a lot of guys don't like them, but this is the first Hemi I've had, and I'm telling you what, it's peppy. So yeah, kept wanting to stall because I did turn the idle down because the idle was way up. It was wanting to take off on its own, not like take off flying, but you know, it was wanting to roll. So I turned it down a little bit too far. But other than that, I mean, man, that throttle response is quick. Okay guys, let's get back to the other camera.
Hi, you are currently being recorded.
Start recording. Okay guys, so let's start this up. Let's give it a shot.
Hi, you are currently recorded.
This thing is very, very fast. Sold on me there. I turned the idle down. I think I turned it down too low. Okay guys, so there it is. Like I said, it's made in China, so I don't know what they call these things, but yeah, the next video we'll straighten that fork out because I can feel it wanting to, you know, wobble. And we'll get some good brakes on it. Give it a what for, you know what I mean? And but it's got more torque
than what I was expecting with that tiny sprocket on there. I'll have to count the teeth. I'll do that in the next video, and we'll see what it's running. But man, but still out in the woods, I'd like to have a torque converter and a bigger sprocket. I want more torque than that, but it will wheelie taking off, and I'm 202 pounds. So yeah, pretty impressive. No leaks, no smoke. So yeah, we'll get it fixed up and we'll see what we can trade it for next. So I will put a new tire. We'll see. That chain might just, once that lube gets into it, I think that chain might be all right, and we'll just maybe put a bigger sprocket on it. I don't know, but we'll see. Okay guys, again, thanks for watching. I'm sorry that the camera kept falling down. I mean, I got it as tight as I can get it, and it's still wanting to vibrate down, but you get the idea. So it's getting dark back over in here, sun's shining here, but it's getting very dark through them trees right there, and the sun's shining here. So I'm gonna get my stuff picked up, and then got another couple hours yet, but I got 2 racks of ribs and and some potatoes in the damn, bad thing about filming outside, you can't ever get the light you need. Got some potatoes, a couple racks of ribs in the crock pot. They should be ready around 5 or 5:30. So all right guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Shea Bear, the Mental Man Legend, gone for now. If I can figure out what that is, what they call them, I'll put it on the screen. If not, it's no big deal. Just a doodle bug style. So it looks like it probably had fenders on it at one time. But anyway, we'll see you guys in the next one. Hopefully your weekend went well. Bye bye everyone, take care. I'm getting hot. Whew. We'll see you in the next one.